Leadership with wisdom and compassion. How can one lead with both wisdom and compassion in a world that often values power and dominance? I am Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and a Stoic philosopher, known for my contemplative nature and my commitment to ruling with virtue. In this discourse, I invite you to explore the profound principles of leading with wisdom and compassion. Leadership is a profound responsibility, not just a position of authority. It is an opportunity to influence, guide, and shape the world, not through force or fear, but through understanding, empathy, and virtue. The true essence of leadership lies in the ability to inspire and uplift, to lead by example, and to make decisions that are not only wise but also deeply rooted in compassion. Reflect upon this. In your roles, be they large or small, how do you exert your influence? Do you lead from a place of understanding and empathy, or do you rely on authority and control? As a Stoic, I have always believed in the power of reason and the importance of self-mastery. Leadership requires a deep understanding of oneself, one's emotions and motivations. It also requires an understanding of others, their needs, and their perspectives. Throughout this series, we will explore various facets of leadership, drawing on both my personal experiences as an emperor and the timeless wisdom of Stoic philosophy. We will delve into the importance of self-reflection, the balance of power and humility, the role of ethics in decision-making, and the art of maintaining inner peace amidst external turmoil. As we embark on this journey together, let us seek to understand the true nature of wise and compassionate leadership, and how it can transform not only those we lead, but also ourselves. Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound lessons from the legend, the foundation of wise leadership. What distinguishes a wise leader in the tempest of governance and authority? As Marcus Aurelius, my reign as emperor was not merely a testament to power, but an enduring lesson in the art of wise leadership. Leadership, especially in positions of great power, demands more than just strategic acumen. It requires a profound understanding of the human condition and a steadfast commitment to virtue. The foundation of wise leadership lies in self-awareness. It begins with a deep introspection of one's own values, biases, and the impact one's decisions have on others and the world at large. As a leader, your first duty is to understand yourself, your motivations, your strengths, and, importantly, your limitations. Reflect on this. In your moments of decision-making, do you look inward before you act outward? Do you consider not just the immediate effects, but the long-term implications of your actions? A wise leader also embodies the virtue of temperance. Temperance, or moderation, is crucial in balancing the various demands and temptations of leadership. It is the ability to exercise restraint, to avoid excesses, and to make decisions that are measured and thoughtful. In the chouse of ruling an empire, I often found solace in the practice of Stoic philosophy, which taught me to remain calm in adversity, to be just in my actions, and to approach each challenge with a clear and rational mind. Leadership is not about imposing one's will, but about navigating complexities with reason and ethics. Moreover, a wise leader is adaptable, capable of learning and evolving. The world is in constant flux, and a rigid approach to leadership often leads to downfall. Wisdom in leadership involves being open to new ideas, willing to listen to diverse perspectives, and able to adjust strategies when necessary. As we progress, we will explore the second key aspect of enlightened leadership: compassion. Compassion is not a sign of weakness, as some might believe, but a powerful tool in a leader's arsenal. It builds trust, fosters loyalty, and can transform the very nature of leadership. Join me in the next part of our discourse as we delve into the virtue of compassion and its indispensable role in effective and humane leadership. The role of compassion in leadership. How does compassion elevate the practice of leadership, and why is it essential in guiding others? In my time as emperor, I, Marcus Aurelius, recognize that true leadership extends beyond mere control and command. It involves a deep sense of empathy and understanding towards those one leads. Compassion in leadership is about seeing beyond oneself and considering the well-being of others, not as subjects, but as fellow human beings. Compassion is the ability to put oneself in another's position, to understand their challenges, fears, and hopes. A compassionate leader is approachable and relatable, not distanced by the trappings of power. Such a leader listens with attentiveness, speaks with kindness, and acts with the intention of bringing about the greater good. Consider this. In your interactions with others, do you practice patience and understanding? Do you strive to alleviate suffering and contribute positively to the lives of those around you? In the Stoic view, which I ardently practiced, every person is part of a greater whole, a community to which we all belong. As a leader, it is your duty to foster this sense of community and to act in a manner that benefits not just a select few, but the collective. This is where compassion becomes a guiding principle. Moreover, compassion in leadership is about showing genuine care and concern. It's not about mere token gestures, but about making decisions that reflect a sincere commitment to the welfare of others. Such leadership inspires trust and loyalty, and it encourages a culture of mutual respect and cooperation. Compassion also involves a degree of humility, the understanding that, as a leader, you are a servant to those you lead. It's about putting the needs of others before your own, about leading not from a throne, but from amongst the people. As we continue our exploration, we will next examine how wisdom and compassion in leadership can lead to ethical decision-making. Ethical leadership is not only about choosing what is profitable, but what is right and just. Join me in the next part of our journey as we delve into the intersection of ethics, wisdom, and compassion in leadership, exploring how these virtues create a foundation for decisions that honor both our duties and our moral principles. Ethical decision-making in leadership. What is the role of ethics in wise and compassionate leadership, and how does it shape the decisions that affect many? As a Stoic philosopher and a leader, I, Marcus Aurelius, have always placed great emphasis on the ethical dimensions of leadership. The true test of a leader lies not in the accumulation of power or wealth, but in the adherence to ethical principles in the face of challenging circumstances. Ethical decision-making in leadership requires a firm understanding of what is just and right. It is about making choices that are not only effective but also morally sound. This involves considering the impact of your decisions on the welfare of others and ensuring that your actions contribute to the greater good, rather than solely to personal or immediate gains. Reflect on this. When faced with difficult decisions, do you consider the ethical implications of your choices? Are your decisions guided by a sense of fairness and justice? In practicing ethical leadership, it is crucial to be guided by virtues such as honesty, integrity, and responsibility. These are not just abstract concepts but practical guides that determine how a leader acts in various situations. A leader's character is revealed not in times of comfort and convenience, but in moments of ethical dilemmas and moral challenges. Ethics in leadership also involves having the courage to stand by your principles, even when it is unpopular or risky to do so. It means being transparent in your actions and accountable for your decisions. As a leader, your every action sets a precedent, and acting ethically paves the way for a culture of trust and integrity within your sphere of influence. Moreover, ethical leadership is about fostering an environment where ethical behavior is encouraged and celebrated. It is about creating a space where people feel valued, respected, and free to express their views and concerns. As we move forward, we will explore the practical aspects of applying wisdom, compassion, and ethics in leadership scenarios. We will discuss how these principles manifest in real-life situations and the impact they have on both leaders and those they lead. Join me in the next segment as we bring these concepts to life through examples and scenarios, illustrating the profound impact of leading with wisdom, compassion, and ethical integrity. Practical application of wisdom, compassion, and ethics in leadership. How do we apply the principles of wisdom, compassion, and ethics in real-world leadership situations? In this part of our discourse, let us transition from theory to practice. As a Stoic philosopher and emperor, I, Marcus Aurelius, had to frequently apply these virtues in the complex realm of governance. The true measure of these principles lies in their application in the daily tasks and challenges of leadership. Firstly, consider the application of wisdom. Wisdom in leadership is about foresight and understanding the long-term implications of your decisions. It involves not just reacting to situations as they arise, but proactively planning and anticipating future challenges and opportunities. As a leader, you should strive to create strategies that are not only effective, but also sustainable and beneficial in the long run. Reflect on how you make decisions. Do you take into account the diverse perspectives and needs of those you lead? Are your decisions based on a deep understanding of the situation, or are they reactive? Next, let us examine the role of compassion in practical leadership. Compassion is shown in the way leaders interact with their team, in the consideration they give to employee well-being, and in the culture they foster within their organization. A compassionate leader recognizes the value of each individual and creates an environment where people feel supported and valued. Think about your leadership style. Do you lead with empathy? Do you encourage open communication and foster a supportive work environment? Finally, ethics in leadership is about consistently choosing the right and just path. This includes transparency in operations, fairness in policies, and accountability for actions. Ethical leaders also ensure that their organizations contribute positively to society, going beyond profit to consider social and environmental impacts. In applying these virtues, it is important to remember that leadership is not a solitary endeavor. It involves engaging with others, listening to diverse viewpoints, and being open to feedback and change. As we conclude this series, remember that the journey of leadership is continuous and ever-evolving. The principles of wisdom, compassion, and ethics are not static rules but guiding lights that illuminate the path of effective, humane, and impactful leadership. Thank you for joining me in exploring these timeless virtues. May your path of leadership be guided by wisdom, enriched with compassion, and steadfast in ethical integrity.